Being the resident tech nerd amongst my friends, I have often been asked, hey, what microphone should I start off with for music or YouTube? And I would always say, do not, by any means, get the Blue Yeti microphone. And don't worry, this isn't going to be some long takedown piece that uses poorly researched points and plagiarized content. These are my genuine feelings about the microphone. I don't think it's all that great in comparison to other USB microphones in the same price range, and I also think it's not that great of an investment. But there are plenty of good things about the microphone, because I did buy one for a reason. So, first off, there are multiple pickup patterns. It has bidirectional for interview setups, it has cardioid for studio applications, it has omnidirectional for all-around room recording, and it has stereo for ASMR. And it does all this with 3 separate microphones within it, which is really, really cool, and something I wish they would expand a little bit more on. Like if there was a Blue Yeti 2 or something, I'd love to see how that technology would evolve. That is a really neat concept. Secondly, it is recommended almost everywhere. And I mean really everywhere. Marques Brownlee's recommended it, Linus Tech Tips has recommended it, all sorts of YouTubers use this microphone, so it has a lot of backing to its quality considering how many people have used it. And that was one of the primary reasons why I bought it in the first place, because I got recommendations from trusted sources. Another great feature that the microphone has is that you can monitor audio directly off the headphone port. And when I mean directly, I mean with little to no latency. This is a really cool feature that I wish other microphones would have, especially USB ones. Now, before I say my opinion on how the microphone sounds, I'm gonna let you guys listen in on a couple of clips so you can kind of formulate your own. Now, before that, I would like to say that these are actual clips from projects that I did in the past, because I think that's a more accurate representation of its audio rather than it just being in a dry studio environment. So, here are the clips.
What do you think is an important factor for the popularity of Barton Springs?
Well, since Barton Springs is a natural spring-fed pool, that is a pretty unique phenomenon, and just the uniqueness of it. It's not just a pool filled with city water.
It's a weird thing, go underneath it per se, and I would recommend pulling out all your red pigment.
Because you're going to need them all. Oh my god, wait, I can actually start talking about things.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as you can see, there are things everywhere.
Oh yeah, and there's
posies.
But there's this huge barrier, and this was such a huge thing for me. Like, oh my god, that looks amazing. I must be able to get around it somehow. Unfortunately, I do not have enough RP to get there, so it's still a little bit difficult. It's still difficult getting there. So yeah, it doesn't sound that bad. In fact, it sounds pretty good. And for a budget-friendly microphone, I don't think this is that bad of an option. But that's not my main complaint with the microphone and how people purchase it. You see, I just don't think it's a good investment. Why? Well, it's because it's a USB microphone. See, the USB format doesn't have any upgrade paths when it comes to audio, because all you can do is connect it to your computer, and that's it. That's all you can do with it. And that's incredibly frustrating, because if I wanted to upgrade my microphone, I would have to buy an audio interface anyway, so why not just buy the audio interface? Because the audio interface that I have has lasted with me for quite a long time. I'm still using the Focusrite Scarlett 2i4. And because I got that audio interface, I was able to upgrade to getting professional monitors that could work off that interface. It also served as my DAC for higher-end headphones for more accurate monitoring. Also, because I was using XLR with my AT4040, I was able to add in a preamp/compressor. All these things made my audio sound a lot better, and I was able to more accurately monitor it to make sure there wasn't any issues. Now yes, all of that cost a lot of money. In fact, here is all the money I spent on getting this setup. But do you know what else cost a lot of money? This. It's $100 for something I ended up throwing away after like a year or two. And that's my main point. I ended up upgrading from this microphone very quickly. And yes, part of that has to do with the fact that I'm a filmmaker, and also I wanted to make money off of voiceover at some point. So I really wanted to have a professional setup. This isn't a professional microphone, and honestly, I don't think you're gonna hold on to it for that long. Because let's face it, there are better options, and just by investing in something like an audio interface opens you up to so many different microphones that you can use to upgrade your audio. Really, the main takeaway I want you to have from this video is that the Blue Yeti is perfectly fine as a standalone microphone, but I feel like if you're planning to make a career off of video content, you should invest your money elsewhere, because that $100 could get you a Scarlett 2i4, which opens you up to far better microphones and more upgradability later down the road. This isn't that bad for a starter, especially if you're like me back then, 13 and only had $100. But again, if you're planning on making money off of video, I would recommend against the Blue Yeti microphone.